Hey guys, welcome to Cats Out the Bag. Make sure to subscribe, and if you want to watch the whole thing, you can watch it on YouTube or listen on Spotify.
Hello guys, it's me Robyn and welcome back to Cats Out the Bag, where I'm going to be talking about all of your dilemmas in today's episode. So I cannot wait to get into this podcast. I've got some questions up. I actually did half of them for last week. Maybe it was last week, maybe it was 2 weeks ago, I don't know at this point. Last week or 2 weeks, or maybe even 3 weeks ago's podcast, I did a dilemmas, and I said that I would do the other half, and I've just got round to doing the other half now. So yeah, very, very exciting. But yeah, I don't actually have too much to update you on because... Oh wait, yeah I do! Oh my goodness, I was just going to say because I haven't been at uni, but I do because I always do like a weekly roundup at the start of my podcast episodes. So yeah, basically last week I was at home. It was basically what we call reading week at university. It's basically like a half term, and we had ours, well, I don't remember, but we had a week of it, and then I actually took the next week off as well because I couldn't get a train in. So I've actually had 2 weeks off uni, and this is my second day back now, but I got so much work done in the weeks off. I did my essay, I did my infographic, and now I only have one more bit of work to do, which I'm super happy about. So I'm actually really happy that I had that extra week off, because maybe it put me a little bit behind in group work, but it's put me so much further ahead in actual work, you know? So I finished two and a half of my module essays, so I'm really happy about that. But had a lovely week off, and it got to the point, if you follow me on TikTok, you get all like the behind the scenes of uni life basically. I do sometimes post them on my main YouTube what's it called, shorts, but yeah, basically I have like this series which is called Near Dropout Experiences, and I basically post like my near dropout experiences through there. And I actually posted one that was like the other day. I just made one, and it was basically this video, and I was just like, I've been at home for 2 weeks, my mum's been cooking me meals, it's been great, like I've been loving life, she's been looking after me, we've had so much fun together, loads of time together, and I was like, I'm basically never going back. And yeah, people are taking it quite seriously. It's not actually serious, but if you want all the behind the scenes, then definitely check that out, because it's so much fun. Anyway, yeah, I do have a question of the week. I was just trying to think, is there actually anything else that I needed to give an update on, but I don't think there is anything. No, I don't think there is. But anyway, should we get into the episode? So I have a question of the week for this week's episode. I keep forgetting to do them, but we've got one this week. Super excited about that. So this is the question of the week this week. Did I even say what I'm doing? I'm doing dilemmas. Yeah, I think I did say that. So you found out that your partner has kissed another person. Are you staying with them? Yes or no? So first thoughts, what do you think the poll was? I personally, well, I know what the poll is because I'm looking at it right now, but personally, that's an absolutely sackable offence, in my opinion. I'm not staying with someone who's kissed someone else, but the poll was 59% of people said they would end the relationship, 41% of people said no. I cannot believe that. I mean, that's kind of nearly half and half. Like, I can't believe that many people would stay with someone after that. Like, that's kind of crazy. Kissing someone else and you'd stay with them? I don't know. I personally wouldn't. I just don't really agree with that. Don't know about you guys, but 41% seem to think that's okay. I don't know if you actually think that's okay, because surely you don't. I mean, surely you'd be upset. I don't know, but there's no way that I'm staying with someone after that. There is no way. So my answer would be absolutely yes, I am dumping them. Definitely ending the relationship. But anyway, should we get into the questions? Because these podcasts tend to last a while. So I'm going to get into this. I'm going to have a short break in about 5 minutes. because I've got a phone call waiting for me. But anyway, you guys won't see that because of my amazing editing skills. It'll cut straight out and you won't even realise. Might get a bit off track with the topic of conversation though. We'll try get through one in the next 5 minutes. I doubt that's going to happen though, because I talk for days. Anyway, question uno. Question. I wonder how you say question in Italian. Questione. Questione uno. Uno questione. I have no idea. Just shut up, Robyn. Shut up. Okay. Question 1. Why did I sound like the voice of like one of those listening exams that you used to have? Oh, that was horrible. So, I, 25 female, in brackets, so 25-year-old female, found out that my partner, 28-year-old male, has been messaging somebody else. The messages are flirty and I'm not happy seeing them at all. As far as I'm aware, he's never met up with her. What should I do? So, tricky. Okay, so he hasn't met up with her, great. It's not a physical thing. However, you said as far as you know, so he might well have met up with her. He's 28. Why is he messaging other girls? Flirty messages. Other girls. I'm really not sure about that one. But it's so tricky because like, why is a 28-year-old messaging other girls? That's actually just disgusting. Can't believe that's even a thing. So maybe this person, maybe this person isn't the right person for you. The fact that, it actually makes me feel sick. Like, why is he messaging other girls? I don't get it. It's so awful when you actually think, like, this guy's 28. What were you, 25? 25? Or 26? I don't remember. Messaging other girls. No, thank you. That's not what we want. You don't deserve that. You deserve more than that. So I'd personally say, like, straight away I'd dump him, because you deserve a lot more than that. But anyway, maybe not, I don't know. It's tricky because he's never met her. Messages are flirty, you're not happy with them. I need to know some more context. No, I think I'd sit him down and say, hi, look, I love you. You love me. Don't know how long you've been together. Maybe you don't love them. If you don't love them, I'd say just end it because it's early on. If you're like quite deep into the relationship, I'd just say, what's got into you? No, I wouldn't. I'd say, like, what's given you the reason to want to talk to someone else in our relationship? Like, I thought we were quite happy, going along quite nicely, and now you're messaging someone else. Like, what's the reason for that? Are you not happy? I'd basically say it like that. Like, basically, is this person happy with you? And if they are, and they just kind of slipped up, and I wouldn't think too much of it, just because, well, it depends how long the messages are going on for. If it's just one day, maybe he responded to someone's story and said, like, oh, you're fit. No, that's so bad, but I don't know. Maybe someone messaged him and said, like, oh, hey, you're so cute. And he just went, oh, thank you, so are you. Or something, I don't know. Maybe she was being flirty and you just took it into thinking that he was also being flirty, because I don't know. I'm not sure that, like, this is just from my opinion. I don't think people would flirt with someone else while they're together. Meaning to, maybe. Maybe he's not meaning to. Maybe he was just being friendly. I'd have to see the messages. I want screenshots of these messages, because I'd personally probably think, like, like, he's, like if she'd messaged him something like, oh, you're so cute, like, you got a girlfriend, and he was like, oh yeah, I do actually, but like, thank you, that's really sweet of you. The girlfriend might see that's flirty, where he might have meant it as just being friendly. So talk to the boy. So basically, like, hi, like, that made me feel a little bit uncomfortable. I don't know if your intentions were a bit deeper than just a conversation, but in my eyes it looks like you've been flirting with this girl, kind of want to meet up with her. I'm just a bit worried that, like, things are going downhill with us, in your opinion. Could you just voice your opinion to me? And then I'd let him do his thing. If he replies to you and it's like, oh my god, no, literally nothing, like, that, there's literally nothing there, perfect. If he's hiding things, hiding his phone maybe, or whatever, I'd be like, maybe that's not okay. So, it's so difficult, isn't it? So difficult. I don't know. I don't know. Oh, I'm not sure what I'd do on that one, but would you end the relationship? Probably not. No. I'd say more people would probably say no than yes. But then again, it does depend how deep into this relationship you are. If you're emotionally attached, you love this person, it's obviously going to be different to, like, your feelings are going to be different, you know. Oh, it's just so tricky. It's just so tricky. Again, I mean, I would, yeah, again, as I said, like, just sit him down and have a conversation is probably what I'd do. Just kind of try and see where his head's at. Because if he thinks it's not a big deal, then maybe it's not a big deal. Like, he's clearly thinking it's not a big deal for a reason. You know? Do you know what I mean? Like, I think sometimes people are going to read into things more than they should because they think that that's what other people will be doing. Like, I know, like, people might be like, oh, okay, like, but then, oh, sorry, I'm not really making much sense. Okay, basically, you might let him off too easy because you think that's what other people would do, but you might do the opposite because that's what people would do. So you've just got to go with your gut, see what you want, and yeah, like, I'm not going to be the one to tell you what to do. Obviously, it's not really my decision, but please let me know what happens. I'm actually really, like, I feel really bad for you. This is horrible. But okay, next question. Numero dos. Due. I've just switched up the language bit there. Numero due. Number. That's the right thing. Why am I going questione? God knows what I'm actually saying. I don't even know what question is in Italian. I got a bloody A star as well. I'm meant to be good at this. Okay, next one. My partner is very flirty, almost inappropriately so. I know it's his personality trait and have no reason to think that he's cheating on me, but the flirting just makes me so uncomfortable. What should I do? Okay, so he's really flirty with other people, but you don't know, like, he could be flirting with other girls, could be flirting with guys, could be flirting with anyone. He could be flirting with people's parents for all you know, and you don't really want that in your life. Like, get away now. Now, don't know why I said now, like in an Australian accent. God, I can't do accents for the life of me. But I don't like the idea of that. Flirting with other people, no thank you. My boyfriend was going up to a girl being, oh, I don't know, because I don't think flirting counts as like, oh, you're so pretty. I think they mean like, someone says like, oh, I love your top, and he would go like, love your dress, darling, or something like that. You know, just like casually, something that you shouldn't obviously say in a relationship, but that he's just throwing back. So if he's going up to people and being flirty, that's a little bit horrible. And you said almost inappropriately so he's actually being inappropriate with the way that he is talking to people. You're with him and he's flirting with people. See, you say it's his personality, right? Have no reason to think they're cheating on you. Okay, that's good, so you trust him. That's great. But the fact that it's their personality, I mean, if it wasn't their personality, you wouldn't put up with it. So why would you put up with it just because it's their personality? I've had this conversation before where someone's been like, I'm obviously not going to name names, but someone said to me like, so someone's done something absolutely awful to me, basically. I may do a story time at some point in my life. It's just not the time. It's not an appropriate time to do so now. But someone's done something like so awful and just completely got away with it because the person said that it's just their personality. And to me, that's not really an excuse. Like, if I was, I don't know, it's a difficult one. Like, okay, say I was a serial killer. I'm not, by the way, for everyone watching. You can't put that down to that's her personality. You just can't. But some people it is. Like, look at bloody Jeffrey Dahmer. Bloody loves killing everything. Animals led to people, didn't it? I don't really know the whole story, but that's not an excuse, is it? Imagine was it his dad who went to the police? I can't remember. I haven't watched the full series yet. I'm meant to. I've watched like half of it, but I need to watch the whole thing. Imagine his dad went, yeah, that's just my son's personality, like you're gonna have to let him off. No, that is not an excuse. So you're just gonna have to, I would say, I would probably end the relationship because I think it would make me feel very uncomfortable, and I feel like a lot of other people would think the same thing too. It's just not a nice situation to be in at all. Like knowing that every time your partner goes out that he's going to be flirting with other people. Like you know full well that if your partner's going on a night out that he's then going to be flirting with people. That's actually awful. When you think about that, it's really bad. I'd say break it off. Or you're going to need to talk to him and say, look, this flirting thing makes me feel so uncomfortable. Like, I know it's your personality, mate, but that's not really an excuse, is it? You know what you should do? Just play this podcast in front of him. There you go, pretty damn obvious, isn't it? He'll probably soon know it's about him. That's what I'd do. Play the podcast in front of him. And then it'll either be sorted and fixed or not. So, yeah. Anyway, I'm going to move on from that one. Go to the next one. Okay. Numero 3. Why am I actually talking in a different language? I'm so sorry. Like, I'm just really dumb. I don't know why I think that's funny. I need to just not do that. Okay. After dating for a couple of weeks, I made plans for my partner to meet my best friend. After, I pulled my best friend to the side and she to see what she thought of him, and she explains that she doesn't like my partner at all. What should I do? This is a tricky one because your best friend, her opinion's going to be one that you value. Personally, if I just started seeing one of my best friends, or like someone I was like, well, someone I'm living at uni with or something, was like, he doesn't seem like a nice guy, I'm not going to lie to you, I would probably take that to heart and actually listen to that. Whereas if I've been together with them for a while, I feel like I'd be like, well, I know them a lot better than you do, so like your opinion, thank you for it, but it's not really going to change anything because I like this person, you know? But that is not the case because you've said that, wait, where is it? You've said that you've only been dating a couple of weeks. So yeah, I don't know how often you've seen each other, but a couple of weeks, what's that going to be? 4 dates? No, maybe not even that. You've got jobs. Okay, a couple of weeks, maybe 2-3 dates. So I'm going to say no to the breaking up thing because I feel like it's your choice. I'd probably say to my best friend, like, oh, thank you so much for your input. I like having your advice and your thoughts, but personally I'm gonna just stick it out and see if I like him, because I'd just be like, right, so yeah, I think I would. I think I'd just be like, yeah, so this guy, he seems nice. I don't get any bad vibes from him. I know you do, but like at the end of the day, I kind of want to get to know him, see what he's like. If I get these red flags that you're talking about, then I'm absolutely going to listen and I will sack it off. But for now, I'm just going to see what is up, what's happening, and if we're getting along. And that's what I'd probably say, because I would really value my friend's opinion, but then again, I'd be like, okay, but I want to find out for myself, you know? So it's a tricky one. It's a really tricky one. But that's personally what I would do. I don't know if that's the right thing to do. Goodness knows. But, yeah, as I said, you know, it's your opinion. You're going to value her opinion, of course, because she's your best friend. But don't you want to find it out for yourself? Like saying, oh, what should I do? Should I end it? I wouldn't end it just based on your friend's opinion, because you've chosen to introduce these two together. So you must have thought that this guy was a good one. Otherwise you wouldn't have chosen to introduce them, would you? You'd have thought like, nah, I'm not going to introduce you. Why would you? You wouldn't bother introducing them if you didn't think you were going to last. That would be so silly. So silly. So yeah, I'm gonna go with no, I absolutely would not end the relationship there. I don't know if anyone would. Like, it depends how much you value your friend's opinion. Like, okay, this is a different situation, but if it was now my mum saying, like, really don't like this guy Robyn, like, he's really not the one, really don't get good vibes from him, just not feeling great about this, I would listen. But the fact that it's a friend is just a bit different. Like, my mum knows me inside out, but then maybe your guys' friends know you inside out, so... Oh. I'm sorry for yawning, I'm very tired. This is the third podcast that I filmed in a row. I wanted to get 3 weeks worth of content done and out the way, and then I'm actually going to film... Well, not today, because I don't think I have the energy to. I think I actually need to relax at some point today. Anyway, I... know it sounds ridiculous, but I'm going to take a short break now. As I said, I need to take a break to get a call. I need to take that break at past, and it is 27 minutes past. So yeah. Or, no, actually, I'm going to do one more. I want to do a short one. I don't think I have a short one. Okay, this might be a short one. I'll just talk about it for a little bit. So, numero 4. I really hope I'm sticking to the same language here. My sex life is really bad. Not just mediocre, it's terrible. I don't seem compatible in bed with anyone at all, no matter how many times I've tried. Sorry. Hang on, this is in a relationship. Should I end the relationship? It says at the end. So they mean with this one person, they're just not compatible at all. I'd say end it, personally. I feel like maybe you are sleeping with the wrong gender. I don't know. That's just me putting that out there. Maybe you think you're straight and you're not, or the other way around. Terrible. You've used the word terrible here. I mean, it's not bloody great, is it? It's actually terrible. You've used the word terrible. That's not good. That is not... Okay, my battery just stopped recording. I'd say absolutely end the relationship, because if you've said it's terrible, that's quite an important part of a relationship. Like, being physical is obviously an important part. It's how you make a baby. If you want a baby, then, you know, pretty damn important, isn't it? So I'd say end the relationship, but you've got to be careful with how you go about it, because you can't just be like, sex is shit, I'm leaving. You've got to be like, look, I'm really sorry, I don't think we're compatible, not just in the bedroom, but I feel like maybe our relationships don't work together. The fact that we can't make each other happy that way, maybe we're just not matched for each other. I don't know how long you've been together, but I don't know how long you can put up with like absolutely terrible sex. So maybe not that long. I'm thinking you haven't been together too long, so maybe just leave it. Say, look, I'm sorry, I can't do this. I think that's all you can do. I mean, what do you actually think is going to come from this relationship? Like, you're not going to stay together forever if it's really that bad, are you? It's just not going to happen. Realistically, it's not going to happen. You might want it to. It might be great, but like, your relationship might be wonderful. I can't imagine it is, though, because you'll probably be quite angry with each other. I don't know, maybe he doesn't think it's bad, or she, whoever. I don't actually know any genders here, I'm just assuming, because I'm a girl, I always assume everyone else is a girl who's writing in, not necessarily. But I think I'm gonna have to get out of that one. I'm sorry, but that's not really that great, is it? Yeah, I'm gonna say end the relationship on that one. That's just a bit... Oh, it's a tricky one, isn't it? I feel like a lot of people would say they would end the relationship as well, but I don't know. Obviously, I don't know, so maybe they wouldn't. But I think probably the best thing to do there is to just end it if you don't feel compatible, because you're never going to... Well, you might, actually. Maybe you should change things up a bit. Okay, you know what you're going to do? You're going to stay in this relationship for another month, and you're going to try new things, new positions or whatever you fancy, whatever you want to do. You're going to try something new, and then if that doesn't work, then you're going to break up with him, but you've got to give it a chance. Okay? You've got to give him a chance. So, yeah. I feel like after that, though, if it's still really bad, I feel like then you're like, okay, you can, you know, back off a bit, because yeah, break up after that. After a month, if it's still terrible and you've tried new things, break up. I think, personally, because I don't think you could then change that. Right. I'm going to go and take a short break, and then I'll be back in a second. You guys won't notice any different, but hey guys, so ready for the next question. Cinque! Is that 5? I don't remember. My partner talks about their ex a lot. For reference, I'm 18 and he's 20. He's assured me that he's 100% over relationship and would never get back with them. But the topic just keeps coming up. What should I do? Should I end the relationship? Okay, this is a really tricky one. Like, why are they talking about their ex? I really hope it's in a negative way, but then again, I was listening to, again, Sex Lies and DM Slides, Anastasia Kingsnorth and Saffron Barker, and they were talking about red flags in a relationship, and they basically said, what was it? They said, a really big red flag is talking about their ex in a bad way, because it's like, are you talking about me in a bad way as well? Like, you know, apparently a really big red flag is talking badly about, well, anyone, but specifically their ex, because why are they talking so bad about them? Like, do they still love them? Like, what is it, like, why would you be talking so badly about someone, you know? It's just a bit like, I'm not sure about that. So when I listened to that, I was like, wow, that actually makes a lot of sense. That also really makes sense for this dilemma here. Like, they've assured you that they're over the relationship. Okay, they might be over it and they might love you, fine, but they might be looking back and thinking, oh, that's nice. Like, he might actually, the fact that he's always bringing up the relationship kind of makes me think that maybe he sees stuff in you that she used to do. Or like, maybe you cook him dinner and she's cooked him that same dinner before. Maybe you made him a nice steak and chips and she made the steak and chips better than you do now. Like, is he then thinking like, oh, I'd rather be with her? Like, I hate that. Why is he even thinking about his ex-girlfriend? That just shouldn't be a topic that's even spoken about when you're with someone else. It's just awful. I can't actually believe it. Like, that actually makes me feel sick. Can't believe that's even a thing. So I'm gonna say, I don't know how long you've been together, obviously, but if you've been together for a really long time and he's talking about his ex still, again, red flag. It's been a red flag from the start, so you're absolutely going to just leave. That's just not nice. I don't know why that just started playing. But if, like, it's a really new relationship, I would say just sack him off. That's definitely a sackable offence. I don't like that whole talking about their ex all the time. It's just not a nice thing for you as the new girlfriend or boyfriend, or I don't know, I just don't really like that at all. That's just awful. So I would personally end it, or maybe not end it, maybe just, I would sit him, okay, this is what you're going to do, you're going to sit him down and just go, hi mate. No, you're not, you're going to say, look hun, or whatever you call him, Jamie, come on boy, you talk about your ex-girlfriend all the time. Like, okay, maybe she was a wonderful girl, maybe you had a great time together, and I don't even know how it ended. Maybe you ended it on good notes, on a good note, and I know you would never get back with her, but I just don't really appreciate the constant commentary and talking about her. I just don't really like it. Makes me feel a bit uncomfortable. Sometimes it makes me feel a bit small, like, would you rather be with her than me? And I just overall don't really appreciate it. And then maybe he'll just be like, oh my god, I'm so sorry, like, I didn't realise it actually meant that much to you, like, I was literally just joking around, like, making conversation. Sometimes she'd say something and it would remind me of something that she said, and I'd just say it. And he might just be like that and be like, I'm generally really sorry, didn't mean for it to be bad at all. Or he might be like, I'm really sorry, like, you know, I kind of still have feelings for her. And if he says that, bye. No, don't stay with him. Red flag. But yeah, let's get on to the next dilemma. Numero 6. I think this is the 6th question. I think. I don't know. I don't actually know how long we've been filming though. So, I, female, 20, sat my partner down for a chat. For reference, he's 22. About where our relationship is going. We've been together for 3 years, and I just wanted to see, like, if there's any future to it. So she's obviously thinking about, like, proposals and thinking, like, where's his head at kind of thing. I realised that he never wants to get married. Oh my goodness. Okay, so you wouldn't have like written this if you didn't think that you wouldn't have written this if you didn't want to get married. So I'm going to say this is a really big deal to you. Yeah, I'm thinking this is quite a big deal to you because you obviously would want to get married, otherwise you wouldn't have written in, you know. But so this is kind of like, well, it is exactly a Phoebe and Mike situation. So basically, if you don't know from Friends, Phoebe and Mike were like together, and well, sorry, so they'd been dating for I don't know how long actually, I'm not even sure, but she wasn't thinking about proposals. It was this kind of thing, same kind of thing, like, where's this going? Would you like to get married one day? It kind of just came up in conversation, I think. I can't remember how it came up, but he'd been in basically, like, I think it was a 9-year relationship, 6 or 9 year relationship, I don't know, or like he'd been married or something and it hadn't worked out, maybe, I don't know. Yeah, I think that's how it was. Yeah, it is. Yeah, definitely, I think. Definitely, I think. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that he'd like been married and it didn't work out very well. Something happened, I don't know, but he had this really bad vision on marriage. And then Phoebe came along, they were together, and she was like, oh yeah, I'd like to get married. And he said, no, I never would. And she was like, never say never. And then he said, well, you know, you could change your mind about wanting to get married. And she was like, well, I never will. And he said, well, I'm never going to change mine about not wanting to get married. So they broke up because they wanted different things. And then they got back together because Monica told him, sorry, if you haven't watched Friends, this is going to be a really boring part to you, but Monica told him that David was going to propose to Phoebe, and she was like, no, you and Mike need to be together. So Mike then came and proposed. So anyway, they changed their minds. So this is just an example that people do change their minds about things like this. Like, they've said they don't want a serious relationship ever, but maybe they do in the future. Like, if they, I can't remember how old you said. I think you said 22. 22. The man was 22. Most 22-year-old boys aren't going to be thinking about getting married, are they? So I would personally just say with that one, just stick it out, I think. And if he changes his mind, great. If he doesn't, oh, that's a tricky one, because then you've wasted time. Maybe just if you know that you're dead set on wanting to get married and you're not going to change your mind, maybe I'd just say dump him, because if you know for facts that you want to, like, be with him, and you know that you really, really want to be with him, but you do want to get married, then I would just say, like, you're gonna have to just end it. Like, you're not gonna stay together realistically. Already told you that he doesn't want to. You're still gonna probably be expecting it because that's what you want, and you're gonna be thinking like, oh, he might have changed his mind, he might have like decided that he does want to get married, when in reality he's probably not going to change his mind. But then again, like, he might, you know, people always do. So tricky. Anyway, I'm going to move on to the next one. So, numero 6. No. Sette. That's 7 in Italian, I think. And siete is Spanish. My partner's always making fun of me in front of other people in an attempt to make everybody else laugh. I never really thought anything of it, but it started to become a really regular occurrence. What should I do? So, I don't think this is funny at all. I've witnessed this before, where people just kind of like lie about the relationship to make that person look bad, but like, it just is stupid. I don't know why people do that. I personally don't think that's a thing that should be happening. I'd be like, nah. You know, if someone's making fun of you in front of their friends, I'm just trying to think, like, making fun of you in front of your friends, I'd be like, hi, do you care about my feelings? I'd probably sit him down, and I'm saying him. Was it he? Can't remember. Was it? For some reason he has sprung to mind, so it probably was a he. Anyway, I was just thinking, like, I'd probably sit him down and be like, hi, I know you find it quite funny when you make fun of me, and I know you're just doing it as a joke, and I know you don't do it to my face or anything, but it just makes me feel really uncomfortable, and I don't really appreciate it. I feel a bit like out of it when you're talking to your friends, because I just kind of feel like I'm the joke that you're talking about all the time, and it's just not really nice as your girlfriend to be feeling like this, and I kind of feel like I'm always waiting for you to say something bad, basically. You could literally say that, and I feel like that is fine to say. That's quite a nice way of saying it, but it gets it across that you really don't like what he's doing, you know? Like, obviously you don't like it, but, you know, it gets it across to him, because I don't think you've actually voiced this. So yeah, that's what I would say personally. Just like make sure you voice it to him or her, whoever this is, and just tell them how you feel. I feel like honesty really is the best policy with things like this. Like, you need to make sure that they know how you feel. And there you go. So, I don't know how long this podcast is, this one. I'm normally doing them about 50 minutes for these kinds of things. I say normally, like, I've done them like 3 times. But I tend to do, I don't know, I think I've been talking for about 40 minutes, not my life. Anyway, let's do another question, and then that will probably be the last one. Yeah, anyway, I feel like a lot of people would agree with me on that one. I don't think that, like, fair enough, at the start you don't think too much of it, but by the end of the relationship you'll be like, oh my god, he used to make fun of me all the time. And you know what, you'd notice it a lot if you then got in a new relationship, because you'd realise how bad he was actually being and how just rude and out of order. So yeah, okay, so next question. My partner has 0 drive or ambition. He has a job but no desire to work towards a promotion or bettering himself. He just seems to be really lazy, always watching TV. Okay, basically what should I do? So at the end of the day, it's his life, he can do what the hell he wants, but then again, it's not attractive at all. Being ambitious is really attractive to me. If someone, like, I was with was like, oh, I'm going to do this, this and this by the time I'm 30 or something, or was like, I'm going to get that promotion, and spoke like that, like, I know I do that. I feel like it's a good thing. I know it could probably get annoying, but I always say to George, my boyfriend, I'm like, right, so by the end of next year, I want 50k subscribers, and he'll go, yep, and you know what, you're gonna get it. And obviously I don't mean on Cats Out the Bag, because that hasn't even got 100 yet, but maybe by the time you're watching this, like, maybe it has. That's actually a really exciting thought, because at the moment it has 21. Do you remember that? But yeah, I had 25 last night, just some people unsubscribed because they're mean. Yeah, so anyway, by the end of this year I want 100 on the pod, and by the end of next year I want 1,000 on the pod. That is a little bit under ambitious for me. Just, I feel like I could definitely do more with it. I know that I could, and I would like to say I'd want like 5,000 by the end of next year, but I feel like that's a bit too ambitious, you know. I don't know, we will see. By the end of this year I'll have like a rough idea, because I've only done 6 episodes and none of them have like blown up. None of them have even got over 100 views yet, so I'm just going to basically see how it goes. But I would like to be monetized on YouTube on both of my channels by the end of next year. That means making money basically from both my channels. So obviously I already am from my other one, but I'd like to be making money from this one as well, preferably. So yeah, just want to build a good fan base. So I'm always saying like, oh, I'd like this. So for example, yeah, I wanted 10k by the end of this year on YouTube, and I hit that. I was really, really happy with that, and that was actually on my vision board for this year. I think I started the year with I think maybe 5,000 subscribers. I could actually tell you, because I do keep track of it. I have like a little journal thing that I do each year. This has literally become all about me. I didn't mean it to. Oh my god, I just found a photo that I literally love of me and my best friend. Oh, that's so cute. Just showed you guys on YouTube, but on Spotify obviously you won't see that. I always say Spotify, you could actually be watching on anything else. I just always assume Spotify for some reason, because that's what I listen on. So, okay, apparently I didn't do it for January. Did I? What? I do keep track, so I don't know where it is, but yeah, anyway, I feel like that's like a really good way to like judge how far you've come, judge where you're going in life. And I personally just think that that's a really attractive quality. I'm not trying to like toot my own horn or anything, but I really like it when people are ambitious, basically. That's basically what I'm trying to say. And I think it's a bit of a red flag when they're not. It just feels a bit like, I don't know, like it's just not an attractive quality, is it, realistically? No, it's not. So I'd always say drive is one of the most important, well, not even important, just one of the most attractive qualities in someone. Definitely. Like in a partner, not in like someone generally. I wouldn't really care if like one of my like distant friends is ambitious. That doesn't really bother me. You know what I mean. YouTube, I started the year on 4,587, so I've actually doubled my subscribers this year, and my aim is to double my subscribers again and again and again and again, because I want 50k by the end of next year. I reckon we can get there. I'm just saying, I reckon we can. So I'm happy about that. I was going to say, like, this is how ambitious I am. I literally said to George, my boyfriend, like, I will be on 15k by the end of this year. But it's not going to happen because I've got 1 month and that's 5,000 subscribers. I don't know why I was being that ambitious, but it's just kind of because I was going through a phase where I was getting like so many subscribers. I was like, oh my god, this is so exciting. Like, I'm getting so many. And the way it was going, I was going to get 15k by the end of the year, but yeah, that's not that's not the case anymore. Hopefully though, that'd be great. I'm going to say 15k by my birthday. See, look, I'm literally setting goals, like, as we're speaking. It's really bad, I know, like, people don't care, Robyn, stop talking about it. But yeah, I can't help it. I would say probably just leave them, because if you have a lot of drive and they don't, it's just horrible. Like, if I had so much drive and my partner had none, I'd be like, well, where do you see us going? Like, because drive can be with anything, like, zero ambition in life. Well, just like, for example, I know that at some point I want to create a family YouTube channel. Like, that would be great. I want 3 YouTube channels: podcast, main channel, like my channel, and a family channel. I think that's lovely. And if my partner was like, no, like, that would, you know, like, your ambitions need to align a bit, I think. So personally, I'd end the relationship there. I don't know, it's not a very attractive quality. I'm just picturing some like really lazy person just sat on their sofa all day every day, so not attractive. Not attractive at all. But anyway, that is where I'm going to end this podcast episode, because I have just realised that it's actually probably nearing 50 minutes, because I've been keeping like a little tally of how many minutes I've got on my phone. It says 48, but I just realised I think I missed a few clips. Anyway, thank you all so much for listening to this podcast episode, watching, whatever you did. If you were watching on YouTube, then definitely give it a massive thumbs up and a subscribe. And if you were listening, then please give it a 5-star rating and a follow and a like, or whatever you do. Download it, watch all the ads. I'm joking, you don't have to do that. Actually, I think you do, don't you? I think you have to listen to the ads. I don't know, actually. But yeah, thank you all so much, and I'll see you in the next episode, which I think is going to be a Christmas theme, which is so exciting. I don't know which like week this is actually going out. I think it will probably be the 1st of December that it's going out, so yeah, how exciting. Oh my goodness, that's so crazy exciting. Oh my god. Anyway, I'm gonna end this pod. Adios, guys.